Hello everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to my booktube channel. So as you can see by the title, today I am bringing you a book on haul. I don't unhaul books that often, and that's something that I should be better at, but I like to hoard books, of course. I mean, that's nothing new here. But last week I placed an order with Book Outlet, and when I was trying to figure out where I was going to put those books, I realized that I was running out of space, and I also realized that I had a lot of books that I wasn't going to be reading, and some of them I even forgot I had. So I decided to go through all my bookshelf, and I pulled out about 11 books here that I just don't think I'm going to read or reread. I also had some duplicates, so I decided to take them out of my bookshelf, and that's why we're here. And since I'm not going to be reading them, I figure I might as well donate them. Somebody out there might want to read them. So the first book I'm unhauling is the book Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I had a really hard time parting with this book because I love the movie so much, but this is a book that I watched the movie before I read it, and right after I watched the movie I went to the bookstore and I bought the book, and it's been sitting in my shelf ever since. I never picked it up. I loved the movie. I think that if I ever get the itch to go back to the story, I could just watch the movie, and I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I really enjoyed it. Another thing is that my best friend's favorite author is Elizabeth Gilbert. He has read, I think, almost all of her books, and he's always telling me about how great they are. He's always recommending them to me, and I always mean to read them. I just never get around to it because I have such a long list of TBR that she just gets pushed to the bottom. You know, maybe someday I'll reach that point in my life where I say, okay, I need to read this, but for right now I don't think I'm there, and it's just wasting space on my shelves. And yeah, I'm going to be unhauling it. I hope somebody enjoys it. Sticking to the theme of book to movie adaptations and movies that I saw before I read the books, and then I went by the books after I saw the movie, I have Something Borrowed, and I think I watched this movie not that long ago for the first time. It might be 2 years or 3 years ago, and then I found this book either at a Goodwill or a secondhand store, something like that, so I picked it up because I really like the movie. I like cheesy things like that, and it's just I don't want to read it. Like, I have no desire to read it. I don't know what, I mean, I bought it because I like the movie, but I just have no desire to read it. It's been sitting on my shelf for more than a year, like I said, almost probably 2 years. Jim is on the cover. Maybe that's one of the bigger factors as to why I kept the book, but still, it's not enough to make me want to keep it. I figured it's in good condition, so I hope somebody can pick it up and, like, you know, maybe read it or something. The next book I picked up is the book called Alice or Alice? I think it's Alice. It's by Naomi Rich. So this book I picked up because it seemed very interesting to me. So from what I remember, I think it was about a 14-year-old who was very guarded by her parents. It says that she has never set foot outside her strict religious community, and then she was engaged to like a 40-year-old man or something, and then I think she escapes. I don't know. I don't remember much. I want to say she escapes. I see the word dangerous city, consequences, sacrifice, freedom. So it's one of those books. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to read it anytime. And every time I go to my bookshelf to pick something to read, I never ever noticed this one. I've forgotten I had it. So when I picked it up today, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna read it, so I might as well just donate it. Now, as you guys know, well, I don't know if you know, but I really like historical fiction. I really love shows like Victoria and Reign, things like that. So then that led me to read a lot of historical fiction based on their lives. So the book I remember most, I think the name was called The Other Queen. I will put a picture of it here if I can remember. And from what I remember, because this was a really long time ago, it was told in the point of view of the wife of the man who was keeping Mary Queen of Scots hostage for Queen Elizabeth, something like that, and I really enjoyed it. So then I picked up this one, which is called The Hidden Diary of Marie Antoinette, and it is by Carolee Erickson. Now, I looked through the book and I realized that they're all written as diary entries, and I just never picked it up. I think that at this point, I don't think there's anything I can read in here that I don't already know. So I don't think I'm gonna read it, so I went ahead and put it aside now. I bought this book called Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosnay, and this book, I don't remember what it's about. I'm just gonna read something of here. It says, in Paris, July 1942, a 10-year-old girl was taken by the French police and they were arresting Jewish families. To be honest, I don't have any interest in reading this story. I think I would rather read something like The Nightingale. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it is? Or All the Light We Cannot See? I don't remember. But no, I don't think I want to read this. So this book, I actually, this is the second time I unhaul this book. I used to own this book years ago, and then since I never picked it up, never read it, I donated it. And then I came across it at a secondhand store and it was for 25 cents, so I was like, you know what, let me pick it up. Now it doesn't have the beautiful cover that it did when I owned it, but it's the book Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. It's a really beautiful book, and I don't really know what this book is about. All I know is that it had mermaids on the front cover. It was a beautiful, beautiful cover. I have to say, it was a cover buy the first time that I bought it. And then when I saw it for 25 cents, I was like, well, you know what? I might as well give it a try. But like I said, that was years ago. Never picked it up. And I'm just going to get rid of it again. Watch it come back to me for 10 cents and I'll buy it again and still not read it. Next, I have two books of one series, and that is the Matched series. I have the book Matched and Crossed, and they're both by Ali Condie. So these books I bought whenever the whole dystopia genre was at its peak, and I never got to them. I started reading other things and I just never picked them up, and I feel like right now it might be just too late. I feel like I may have outgrown them, so I don't have any desire to read them. I feel like if I read them, I'm gonna be bored and I'm gonna just want to smack my head against the wall or something. So I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to myself, and they're in really good condition. So I think that somebody else can enjoy them. Like, I know I'm not going to enjoy them. I don't know. It's just not for me, you know? So I'm going to give them away and hopefully somebody else can enjoy them. The last thing I have here is this Hunger Games Trilogy box set. And I'm only getting rid of this because I already have another one, so this is a duplicate. I don't remember how I came across this. At one point, I had 3 complete sets of the Hunger Games. I don't know how that happened, but I did. I had 3 complete sets, and now I'm only left with 2, so I'm going to be giving this one away. I'm keeping the ones that I originally read. The only thing I did was that it's a little sneaky, but I did swap the hardcover for my softcover, because my copies of Catching Fire and Mockingjay were the hardcovers and my Hunger Games was the softcovers, so I just swapped them. And I mean, what matters is on the inside, right? But I still like the way my hardcovers look. And I didn't really want to keep the box because it's too bulky. I'm trying to maximize the space that I have. So for now, this is all I'm getting rid of. I think it's a total of 11 books, which is pretty good considering that I like to hoard books. But lately, I've just realized that if I'm not gonna read it, if I haven't read it in 3 years, then it's time to let go, you know? Now I have a lot more space for my newer books, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun putting those up in my bookshelf. So yeah, that's all that I have for now. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I really do like watching unhaul videos. If you guys are curious about any of these books, if you saw a book and you're like, hey, maybe I would like that book, I will leave links to their Goodreads page just in case you want to know a little bit more about them. And yeah, well, I'll also leave links to all my social media down below, and that's all for now. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you here soon. Goodbye.